So I was thinking about our nest of mother sentient carpenter ants who have been kind to us in past lives. And, you know, I mean, there's so many ways to bring Dharma into it, just thinking about the kindness of sentient beings in previous lives. And then that helps our attitude towards them in this life, even if they're reborn as ants living in our house, helps our attitude to be more open, more pleasant, and to try and have a big mind in figuring out what we're going to do to ask them to please relocate somewhere else. But another thing, another analogy, is the whole thing of mindfulness and introspective awareness and applying the antidote as soon as the affliction arises, instead of tolerating the affliction for some time, hoping it will go away. So we've seen ants roaming around the house the last few years. We've seen them. It's like noticing that there's an affliction in our mind. Oh, I'm getting angry. Oh, I'm starting to crave drugs and alcohol again. Oh, I'm falling into a bad behavior pattern. So we've been seeing the ants, yeah, and we've noticed them, but we haven't had the introspective awareness which sees them as a problem and starts to counteract it. Instead, it's just like, well, I'm getting angry, my drug problem's coming back, my old patterns are resurfacing. But it's okay, I'll feed the ants a little bit of honey and take them out every day, and I'll, just my afflictions, just kind of do a little bit here and there with them, manage them okay, they won't get too big.
They won't get too big.
Yeah, they won't get too big, and I'll just let them, because otherwise, yeah, I'm being too rigid. And so then the ants just, move into the house, populate the subfloor, make themselves at home. And before we know it, our afflictions have also moved into our mind, made themselves at home. They appear completely normal. The Abbey this spring, oh, there's so many ants all around the kitchen, no problem, nobody even notices them. We just are careful when we sweep, we don't step on them, but no, why do anything? Yeah, so it's like letting the affliction sit in our mind the same way. Oh, it's okay, in the same way. Oh, and if we do something to the ants, then, we'll kill them. So out of compassion, we'll just leave them there. And it's only a few of them, and we want to be compassionate to these ants. We don't want to kill them, right? So we leave them, and then we're left with thousands and thousands and a real predicament of what we're going to do. And so it's the same way with our afflictions. Oh, leave them in the mind. Just a few of them, it's not a problem. I need to be compassionate to myself. If I push myself too much, people will think I'm weird, I'll get too tight. That's true, but we use it as an excuse, And so we just let the affliction stay there too. Until one day, either you have a crawling nest of carpenter ants who think it's their house, not yours, or you have a mind full of afflictions who think that they're running the show, not your wisdom mind. Okay? So just as we need to be vigilant about the ants, we need to be vigilant with our own mind when afflictions come. And just as we need to have a correct understanding of what compassion towards ants means, we have to have a correct understanding of what compassion for ourselves means. Okay? Otherwise, we relocate the ants, down in the tree stump where it's like hop, skip, and jump where they can come back. And they do. Yeah? And so same way in dealing with afflictions with our mind, you know. We have to put ourselves in a good environment where they don't arise again. So lots of analogies here to think about on both the practical level and the Dharma level. Yeah? Okay.